real estate, Rico.
We might just get here with the Rico.
Man, you mean to tell me you couldn't hear me that whole time? Man, shit. Now I hear echo. How we doing? Let's see. Can you hear me? Audio check. Are we good? Yes? Turn this shit down. Are we here? We back? Okay. Sounds in. I feel like I got a little bit of echo. I don't know why I hear echo. I don't like my echo. Yeah, I hear the echo too. What's going on? Hold on, guys. One second. Yeah, buddy. Let's get this thing going. I know you guys hear that echo. Let me fix it real quick. Okay. Is that better? Are we here? A little bit echo out here still. What the freak is going on today? We still hear the echo a little bit. A little bit. All right, cool. It's all good, man. We're gonna jump into it, man. I apologize about the audio. It is a little bit of an echo in here. I don't know what the freak is causing it. Oh man, it's been going bad. It's been going bad. That shit sounds like shit. I don't like that. All right. Anyway, man. Another day, another Cesar Pina lawsuit. Y'all can see, man, that we've been spicing up. We done got graphics in here. We got lower thirds. We got the topic and everything up here. I want you also. We got a question of the night. So the question of the night, every like, this is gonna be something new that we do every time I come on. I'll have a question of the night. And at the end of this segment, I'm going to bring you guys up, the audience, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your feedback. And tonight's question is, would you involve your child in fraudulent business? That's the question of the night. Would you involve your child in fraudulent business? All right, so real quick, put your cities and states in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from tonight. Today, we had a new lawsuit that was filed. This new lawsuit was kind of explosive and it was kind of petty, and I kind of like it. I can't lie. The victims are not taking any shit. The victims are fed up. They're tired of Cesar and all of his games, playing and not taking this thing seriously. Today, the victims stood up. They are fighting back, man. They filed a lawsuit. And in the lawsuit, let me tell you who they included. They included Cesar Pina's daughter, Taylor. They included Taylor in the lawsuit, guys. The young lady just turned 18 years old. And I'm going to be honest, I have nothing negative to say about this young lady. None of this stuff is her fault. This is negligence as a parent. But I'm gonna be very, very, I'm gonna report the actual lawsuit, but I have nothing negative to say in regards to the child. She is just simply a byproduct of having a father and a mother who tied her into a very, very bad deal. Um, and now, hopefully she doesn't get any legal that comes behind this, which I doubt that she does. I'm just keeping it honest, but she is getting blowback in the legal proceedings because Taylor is listed and had multiple properties transferred in her name. That's what's being alleged in the actual lawsuit. Um, so I, this is touchy, man. I know Caesar's probably watching this right now. He's probably sweating his tits and everything off. Like, Caesar, man, I'm not going to say nothing about your baby bad. I'm more talking about you as a parent and how awful it is of you to have committed crimes and defrauded so many people that they've been forced to include your daughter in the lawsuit. And I'm just going to tell you, man, I love the petty that's now coming um, from the audience. The people, they're sick of it, man. They're like sick of all of the BS, all of the back and forth, DJ Envy and him not knowing anything and becoming a victim. The people have literally said enough is enough, and they're fighting back. And this lawsuit is super, 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 super dope because it goes into the details. They have not only Caesar, they have DJ Envy, they have Taylor Pina, their daughter. They have his wife, Jennifer. They have his brother, Luchi, and multiple other entities that they own. But man, to put the baby girl in there is crazy. Shout out to everybody shout out to all the people that are on that lawsuit that said enough is enough, and we're gonna put the baby in there. This is what they said. They said,
You see the work.
"You see the work." So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna open up the lawsuit. I'm gonna let you guys take a look at the lawsuit because the lawsuit's crazy. Like, uh, it's insane to think that parents would even stoop this low, but to see that they have, and now that the victims are fighting and they're using the legal process to their advantage, and I kind of like it. I ain't gonna lie. Make these guys be responsible. Make them hold them accountable. And if you transfer property in the middle of all of this nonsense to your daughter, I feel like you are 100% accountable. And she's an adult now, and unfortunately, these actions will now be reflected on her as she proceeds in life because it'll be now throwing her in the mud with her parents that did this type of business. Man, I'm like really shocked um, to even think that in the middle of getting exposed, you would be like, hey, it's a good idea to put my baby girl um, on a damn agreement like this. Like, so let me pull this up for you guys. Here we go. So here you guys have it. Let me just zoom this thing in a little bit so you can see it. But I think this was the mood of the victims when they filed this lawsuit. I think they had the ether in their mindset. Hold on a second. Because this baby right here is crazy. Let me adjust this real quick so you guys can see. All right. So this is a federal lawsuit. It was filed November 27th. So just a couple days ago, right? and Derek D'Angelo, the Chamberlain Group Real Estate Ventures LLC, and REI Spec Developments versus Cesar Humberto Pina,
You see that work?
uh, Warehouse LLC, Warehouse Holdings LLC, um, blah blah blah. I'm gonna skip past the LLCs. Let's get to the good stuff. And Rashawn Casey, aka DJ Envy,
You see that work?
Jennifer Taylor Pina,
You see that work?
Louis Pina, aka Luchi,
You see that work?
um, DJ. Hold on, who else we get here? I'm sorry. Hold on. I lost her. Where's the girl Taylor? Oh, there she go. I was looking for it. They sued Taylor Pina and the Traveling Lords.
You see that work?
Oh man, this is getting crazy. It is getting crazy. Oh my goodness.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Yikes. Oh man. I gotta fix this so I can zoom and get you guys input on this side. All right. Yeah, man. So I actually reached out to the victims, man, and one of the victims, I believe he's going to join us tonight. I'm actually going to confirm real quick, make sure. We got one of the victims tonight who is actually on a lawsuit, and I'll be bringing him on the stream, and I want him to be able to say his piece because I think it's important to hear from the people who actually invested with Cesar and Envy and their entities. Turn my mic up. Got you. All right. And now that we are at this place where we have federal, not only federal investigations, federal arrest, and you have federal lawsuits all taking place at the same exact time. Um, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, and this is a civil lawsuit. This isn't like a federal arrest or anything like that. But they have been sued in federal court by multiple investors uh, for talking about, for real estate fraud. And man, I'm gonna go through some of these real quick so you guys can see some of the work. I'm gonna let you see the work. Jurisdiction and background. Let's get to the good stuff. Obvious fraud, right? So the seminars, they speak on the seminars. They talk about the personal meetings with joint venture contracts. The defendant's social media marketing. Let's get to it. Facts specific to plaintiff D'Angelo. And this is who will be on tonight's live. Let me make sure he's going to join in. Let's see real quick. Let me call him real quick. Hey, you still good to join? Yeah, I'm on live on YouTube right now. It's up to you. You can either do the visual version or you can do a phone in call. Either way works better for me. What do you prefer? I'm going to bring him on audio as well. I'll give him the link to come in as well. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually I'm gonna text you a link right now, and you can just join into the YouTube live with me. All right. All right. All right. Cool. Okay, so we have the victim who actually is a part of this lawsuit, Derek D'Angelo. He's actually going to come in here. So let me take this down, and then we'll fix this in a second because I think that This is gonna be good. Let's get oh man, oh man. Let me get y'all real quick, make sure in the chat you smash that like button. Um, we want to make sure we get this thing going, y'all. We about to have some real good interviews here. These are the actual victims. These are people who put the money up. And like most of you guys hear me, you hear me talk about it, you're like, okay, Tony, enough is enough. I mean, damn it. But this is the actual victims, man. These are the people who put their money up, who thought that they were going to get legitimate business and then got robbed. Um, this is ugly, man. Thank you to all the people that are liking the content. Thank you for everybody that's sharing. This is a big deal. You're talking millions of dollars that's stolen from hardworking people, and I just wanted to be a platform that gave people and advocated for the people to get their money back. So salute to everybody who is now here in the live. Thank you for all you guys that have supported in any capacity, shared any of this content. This is the real estate Rico. What is the real estate Rico? Many people go, Tony, that's not even a real thing. Of course, it's not a real thing, but there have been many real estate frauds that have ended up with civil real estate lawsuits. I mean, civil Rico lawsuits. So when you get the civil Rico lawsuit, I call it the real estate Rico. Oh my God.
We might just get hit with the Rico.
And tonight we talking about this lawsuit right here actually has components of RICO. So we'll talk about the RICO and all the things that are relevant to the case. I think that more importantly, you get to hear from the people who actually invested that got taken advantage of. So let me get this to Nigel. We'll have Derek here joining in a second. Real quick in the chat, shout out to everybody that's on the live. Shout out to Kevin, finally caught a live. I see you in here, Kev. Tanya White, thank you. Delonda, all my people, man. I be seeing a lot of love. I get a lot of love, so much appreciated. Is that this time of the year is really like my favorite time of the year. Y'all gonna see me probably cry at least 7 to 10 times, maybe. I be trying to like walk off camera and everything, but like this is the time of the year where I love to bless people. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you join into my Discord server. Inside my Discord server, this year I'm going to do some amazing giveaways. We're going to have a different version of the 12 Days of Christmas. DJ Envy does a 12 Days of Christmas where he showers his wife with gifts. And I'm going to say that that money may have allegedly come from people who didn't think that the money was going to his wife, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? But what I've been doing for the last 7 years, 8 years, or whatever is through the holidays, I make it my business to bless people who are in need for the holidays. So people who might be going through trying times, some people that might just need a blessing. I will be helping out some families for the holidays. A little bit different in the way that these guys do with the fake stuff. I can't wait to be able to see the impact that's made for all the people who get to take part in these different giveaways that I do. But yeah, man, this thing is super super crazy, man. Like my favorite time of the year. So you guys will be seeing me post a lot of content of people who are blessed and given thousands of dollars to, and change their lives, for the better. I try to do my part. That's it. I'm like, hey, man, I'm one of those guys that I know that everybody has a role. You can only do so much. I'm not Bill Gates or anything like that, but I've been blessed, and I use my blessings to bless other people. So this is one of the things that I'm looking forward to. If my audio sounds a little low, I think it's you, because I got this shit turned all the way up and I'm speaking directly into the mic. Look, this mug is right here. Let's see. We waiting on Derek to join. You said it sounded like quiet storm. I mean, I got a sexy voice and all, but like, nah, bro, we got this thing turned up. What y'all talking about? The boy said it sounded like the quiet storm. There we go. There we go. Let's see, we got a guest in here. Let me switch my. Yep.
Oh, that thing's like zoomed in. What's up, Tony?
What's up? What's up, brother? Hold on. That look weird.
What's up?
Let's figure out what's going on here. That looks crazy. Hold on. Let me get a new scene. Green screen. Nope. That screen. That's so weird. It's pulling you over that side. Hold on. See if I pull it. How you doing tonight, Derek?
Good. How are you, Tony?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you joining. As I try to fix our angles here.
Angles are crazy.
Yeah, it's got you taking over the whole screen right now, man. We trying out new shit, y'all. So I'm working on my professionalism and my broadcast. So we got a couple little hiccups in here, but give me a couple days. We're gonna have this thing ironed out. But here's what I want to do. I'm gonna make Derek. Let's put him up first. Like, let's do this. I know what I'll do. We'll switch this out.
You'll figure it out sooner or later, you know.
Here we go. We got my man Derek D'Angelo on the live, man. Derek, man, thank you once again for coming to the live.
Yeah, I got you.
So today, man, I saw something, and this is the first thing I thought of when I saw
it. I'm firing back, huh?
Man, I said, whoa, these guys are fighting back, and they're fighting back heavy. So I see that this is a new lawsuit that has been went into federal court. You've been involved in this thing from the outset. You've been on Kane News and everything else. You've been on the news and everything else. Like, what's the process been like for you in getting your money back? First off, I'm sorry, for the people that are new, how much money did you invest with Cesar Pina?
I invested $100,000 with Cesar.
So you gave Cesar $100,000. Obviously, you begin to get the runaround, unable to get your money back, and now you're forced to sue, right?
Yeah.
In suing, I realized something.
We might just get hit with the Rico.
There's been a little bit of I guess you would call it the manipulation game from the public's perspective with Cesar. He's been making it seem like this is just a complete misunderstanding. People are hating on him.
It's crazy.
You know, like, this is all just make believe. This is not real deal. And I wanted to be able to talk directly to victims and let people hear from people who actually trusted and believed in him and now are forced to actually have to go into litigation. What's this process been like for you in regards to? Look like you got kicked out for a second. There we go. You can still hear me,
Hello?
Derek? Can you hear me?
Tony?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Let's take him to the back for a second. Hold on. Having a little bit of tech with him. Let him join back in. All right.
My bad, Tony. I lost you, bro.
All right. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Which way do I have to sit this way? My bad, I lost you, bro.
And now we can actually see each other both on the screen, so it's perfect,
All
man.
right, cool.
That going out actually worked in our benefit. So
Mhm.
for everybody, once again, this is my guy Derek D'Angelo. He's an investor, invested six figures with Cesar Pina, DJ MV's business partner. He has now been forced to go into litigation. How long has it been since you've been trying to get your actual money back from this investment?
Over a year, October, November, this, about a year and like 2 months.
So just over a year and 2 months. So you started trying to reach out to Caesar to get your money back. Um, what happened?
She's giving me the runaround, about the time that I was supposed to receive the money back from him. His dad died, so he's like, "Hey, I just need a couple more weeks. I need some more time, this and that." And so obviously, his father passing away, I wasn't gonna harass him for money. So I gave him like 3, 4 weeks to like recuperate, get right, get over, try to deal with what he had to deal with. Then I reached out to him. He's like, "Hey, I just need a little bit more time." He kept pushing it, making excuses. Then one day he texted me. He's like, "Hey, I got your money." He's like, he's like, "I have 2 checks here for you." He's like, "Can you make it out to New Jersey?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "When's a good time?" He's like, "Shoot out here tomorrow." So me and my ex, we drove up there. We had a meeting for 2 o'clock, bro. And then he's like, "Hey, He's like, "I'm not gonna be around till 5 o'clock." I'm like, "Damn, it's already 2 o'clock. I'm here." So I went to Times Square, grabbed food, chilled around there, and then shot back to his office. I met him. He gave me 2 checks. He's like, "Yeah, these checks will be good to deposit next week." This was, I believe, I showed up there like on a Thursday or Friday, but I waited till like the following Tuesday, Wednesday to deposit the checks. So when I deposited the checks, they cleared in my account, and then the next day, the following day, the money disappeared. So I called my bank. I'm like, "What's going on?" And they're
How
like,
much were those checks?
one was for 100 and the other was for 30.
He
And
wrote
then the
you
reasoning,
$100,000 bad check.
yeah, and then a $30,000 bad check.
Oh
They
man,
both
this shit is.
facts. They both bounced, and I asked them like, why the checks bounced, and they said NSF, which is non-sufficient funds. So I reached out to them. I see, crazy, bro. Crazy. And then
What?
so I reached
Wait a
out
minute.
to them like, "Yo, it's good."
Hold on. So you, not only did the check not clear, but it
Yeah,
said the money wasn't there. It was an NSF,
yeah, non-sufficient funds.
non-sufficient funds.
Yeah,
Wow.
NSF. And then listen, he's like, "Derek." So he sent me a picture of his bank account, and it says there was a pending balance of like 300 and something thousand that was supposed to clear. But he's like, "You deposited the checks a little too early." He's like, "I thought this money was gonna clear by then." He's like, "Give it a couple more weeks, and I'll redeposit the checks in your bank." I'm like, how can you redeposit the checks when I have the physical checks? So whatever. I waited a couple more weeks because what can I do? The guy owes me a lot of money. I'm not gonna be on his ass. I'm like, whatever. Waited a couple more weeks. Just more excuses, and then I got like 3 people sending me posts from you, posting receipts, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And that's when I found out it was all pretty much a scam and shit. Once you
So
started posting that stuff.
so you had already received bad checks, and then you were kind of keeping hope alive, and then somehow you started seeing my post.
Yeah, I mean the dude made me drive to New Jersey too for bad checks. It's fucking
Say,
crazy.
say it again.
He made me drive to New Jersey to pick up 2 bad checks. That's the
And,
worst part.
and where are you from?
Boston.
So you drove from Boston to Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not laughing at you, Derek. I'm not laughing at you.
This shit's yo. He's crazy, and then he's on live tonight saying he's gonna buy an NBA team. He's nuts.
Wow. So,
I mean, he's
bro,
on.
you you go from Boston. You drove.
Yeah, I drove.
Get in your car. You like hell yeah, man. I'm about to go pick up my money. 130 bands.
Uh,
You feeling all good. You get there. You get the check. how was his energy and what was the vibe as you had that conversation with Caesar, about getting your actual check?
So when I was talking to him, he's like, yeah, he's like, when you come up here, he's like, let's go get dinner. He's like, it's zoomed in on me crazy. He's like, let's go get dinner. Is that like really zoomed in on me or no? Yo, you there or no? Tony,
Say it again.
you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right, cool, cool. What was the question?
So
The camera angle changed, threw me off.
what was Caesar's? I just gave you a little solo act, man. I'll take it back from you. Let me take it back.
No. Do your thing. No, you do your thing. You're good. Yeah, Caesar's energy was we had plans to get dinner after he wrote me the checks. It was awkward when I got there. He's like, come upstairs. I met him in Fort Lee, New Jersey. I walked in the building. The guy, the concierge guy, he's like, who you here to see? I'm like, Cesar Pina. He's like, all right. He opened up the elevator for me. I went up there. The whole floor was like blacked out. The whole floor was like blacked out. Besides one little office with like one little light. And I went in there. He brought me in. I met him. We went to the back room of his office in Fort Lee. He pulled out two checks, and then he turned around. He went in his jacket, and this was very strange. It was weird. He went in his jacket, and he pulled out like $5,000 and $100 bills, and he broke the band. And I'm thinking he's gonna give that to me, but he broke the band, and he was just like going through the money, and then he put it back in his jacket, and he turned around, and then he sat down. He signed the checks, and he was like, "All right." I was like, "You still want to grab dinner and shit? Talk about other investments?" He's like, hey, bro, it's a little late. He's like, I just don't like to go out late at night. I'm like, all right, it's all good then, bro. And then I just grabbed the checks. I went in my car. Me and my girl chopped it up. We were like, all right, bet.
So
You know?
so he pulls out 5K in cash, counts it, but bust the band, bust the
Dude,
band wide open.
yeah.
Oh man, Caesar, you a rotten dude, man.
It
Caesar,
was weird. I'm thinking he's like, yo, bro, you drove up to New Jersey. Here goes $1. Like, I'm like, what's this dude? Why is this dude pull out money to count like in front of me? Like, you're weird. And he pulls out 5,000, bro, and he's like, has his back facing me, and he's like, puts it back in his jacket pocket, turns around, and then signs the checks. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this guy
so
fucking guy's.
and not only that, the 5,000 was the only real money that night because the checks were
Yeah,
bad. Holy shit! Holy shit!
You see the work.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Dude's
Damn.
crazy.
So, how far is that drive from Boston to Jersey?
Um, it was like a 3.5 hour drive for me.
So you drove 6 motherfucking hours.
Yeah, bro.
You drove six
Seven, three,
hours, 7 hours
there
round
and
trip,
back.
and ain't have
Yeah,
no money.
no money, just a waste of time, waste of a day.
That's fucking great. I mean, so you ain't even get 5,000, 10,000. You drove there, got two checks, 130K, all
Hmm.
bad. NSF, bounce check.
Yeah, everything bounced. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, everything bounced, bro. So now we're taking it to the next level. Um, Trying to make something, put a push on this, try to get some results.
So that brings me to where we are today. Um, you you've obviously had a new lawsuit that hit federal court, and I understand
Mhm.
that this has been kind of like a lot of paperwork and a lot of like dodging, service and um, new judges and all kind of like things going on. You're obviously you put $100,000 into the investment. Now you're having to spend money on an attorney to try to legally approach getting your money back. What's it been like, hearing about all the things, not only online, but the things that's happening with the court? Seems like that they have like some type of, power play that they're doing in court where they're getting favoritism, judges aren't responding, things of this nature. Like, just as a person that's like trying to do it the right way, and you're getting all these different like hiccups and things, what's this feel like for an actual investor?
Um, Bro, honestly, it's just a fucked up situation because when I look at Caesar's post, people are like, "Did you really rip these people off? Like, is this true? Like, it's insane that people don't like this is real. Like, why would I come on here and even talk? Like, waste my time even discussing this?" But at the same time, for the judges, like, to be hesitant or like be in their favor is kind of crazy. It's all messed up. Um, I think they definitely have some connection with the core houses or something. So that's why we're trying to elevate it and go federal because we're getting a lot of resistance and shit. None of it really makes sense. Um, from an investor standpoint, I'll probably never invest into somebody again. Or if I do, I have to be like very, very, very 100% about it. But I try not to think about it too much because at the end of the day, um, I try to look at it almost as like there might not be a chance I'm getting the money back because I don't want to fucking depend on 100% getting that money back, bro. And then all of a sudden it's like I don't get it back, and then my hopes are giving up. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a lot of money out of my pocket, but I can't let it stop me from living my everyday life, bro. You know what I mean? Because
Let me
I,
let me
as
ask you.
long as you
You
still
you
got
get
them,
you gave
what's
him
up?
100K. Was that in wire? Was that in cash? What was how did you give him the money?
I wired it straight to him from my bank,
So you wired to him, but he tells you he had to give you a check back.
and I
Did you
texted
not
him
think
like,
that
bro,
was odd that he was
yeah.
giving you a check? I mean, this was 2022, 2023, whatever it is, but like, I can't remember last time I wrote a check. I mean, shit, it's wire transfer. You know, what did that not red flag you?
It did red flag me, and I asked him multiple times, like, why can't you just wire? I'm like, can you just wire? He's like, hey, bro, like, I already have the checks right now. Like, just like every excuse possible, bro. I was to the point where I heard him say he had the checks, and I was just like, you know what? I don't even want this guy delaying anymore. Like, let me just go pick up these damn checks from him and just get out of there. You know what I mean? So it was just like when I heard him say he had the money, bro, I was just like, damn, like, let me get in my V real quick, go up to New Jersey and just get this damn money from him. 'Cause I don't want to be like, hey, can you wire? And then he's like, hey, yeah, I can wire it. Just give me till tomorrow. You know, I'm busy doing this, doing that. I'm not gonna have time to make it to the bank. I just wanted the money then and now, bro. I get like impatient sometimes. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really trying to delay it anymore. Once he said he had the checks and the money and was good, meet me this day. I was like, fast, like, let me just get my bread. Let me just do it alone.
So did I know you also mentioned that you knew other people that invested as well, correct? Was or
Um,
no? Was that incorrect? No.
yeah, I don't know anybody else that invested. I know of other people that were gonna invest, and then they seen like articles with my name in it, and it was like, hey, Derek, like I was talking to Caesar too, like everything seemed too good to be true. Like you should never invested with that guy, this and that. So there was a couple people from Boston that were gonna invest, but when they seen the contracts and the numbers, it just didn't make sense, you know, because 30% back on your return is kind of crazy when you could just get the hard money loan, like 10 to 12, you know.
What what made you invest? I mean, obvious, you felt confident. What was it about this deal that you said, "Hey, man, makes sense. Let's do it."
Look who was in his corner the whole time. Envy, he had all these celebrities backing him. I was on Google, bro. I tried to look up so many things with like Caesar scamming people. There was nothing on the internet. So I didn't find nothing negative about him. And then I'm just like, there's no way this guy's on the Breakfast Club talking real estate and doing seminars and ripping people off. Like I just couldn't see it. Then he said he was doing a show with 50 Cent, property plays. I'm like, There's no way this guy's ripping people off and about to be aired on HGTV. Like, none of it made sense to me. So I'm like, maybe he's legit. And just the way he sold me too, because when I was chopping it up with him, he's like, yeah, I only do deals like this twice a year with certain people. Like, you hit me up in the right time. This, like, he sold me like he pitched to me pretty good. But it was just his platform, him being on the Breakfast Club, rocking with Envy. Envy seems like a pretty solid guy. Well, did seem like a solid guy. So it was just his surroundings, because there's tons of other investors out there who need investors to invest into them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna mess with them. But this dude had DJ Envy in his corner, so he seemed a little bit more official than anybody else that needed money. And then they're doing seminars and filling up stadiums, all this crazy stuff.
Did you go to any of the seminars or stadium or any of that?
No, I didn't attend none of those.
Okay, so tell me, how did you actually get into your dealings with Cesar? Was it just a text message, a DM? How did you?
I met him through the Breakfast Club. Envy posting him, hey, we do this for our people. We want to see our people stop struggling, this and that. And then I followed him from seeing him first come on the Breakfast Club. I was asking him questions from like 2018. That's like when I first seen him on the Breakfast Club. And my DMs go all the way back to 2018 with him just chopping it up. Then when I was talking to him more, we were talking about a deal in like 2022. So all the way from 18 to 2022, we've been chopping it up a little bit. And then 2022, we're talking. He was saying like, he has a potential deal. When he works with 2 to 3 clients a year. He's like, I had guys that start off with. This is what got me right here. This is what stuck with me. He's like, I have guys that started with me with 100,000, and now we're at the milli plus. So when I heard that, I was like, word. About to invest
that
100,000 and be a
the money
yeah.
start ringing in your ear. You're like, oh, this is a good
Yeah,
deal.
bro, that
This is
shit
good.
blinded me.
Yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
So,
And he
did
seemed
he
legit.
ask
There was
you? Did
nothing.
he ask you for a certain dollar amount, or like what was the like? How did that transaction come about?
So originally, he's like, how much do you have to play with, this and that? Originally, it was gonna be like 300,000. He sent contracts for that, and then when I was looking at it, like I was like, you know, I don't really have too much, but I was like, I'm not trying to put a lot of like most of my eggs in one basket. I was like, Caesar, actually, like, I'm just gonna fall back. Like, I'll reach out to you when I'm interested in doing a deal. He's like, listen, he's like, it's slow. You're not gonna get many chances like these. This is just talking all his game, and I'm like, whatever. And then a couple weeks passed, bro, and then he sent me the thing with him doing a show with 50 Cent. That 50 Cent posted. That's what he texted me. He texted me that, bro. And then I was like, what the hell? It was like him and DJ Envy's hosting a show with 50 Cent called Property Plays. And he texted me like the link. And I was like, and we chopped it up from there. And I'm like, you have any small deals available? I'm like, we'll start off small and we go work our way big. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I actually just came across a deal right now. It's 100,000, 30K back after 4 months. He's like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So he emailed me over the contracts. I looked at them. He sent me a joint venture, the personal guarantee, and then I went to the bank the next day and wired him the money. Yeah.
And your investment, like, what was the timeline of your actual investment? Was it this year or last year?
It was October to February this year.
Okay, so your payment was due in February.
February 2023.
And when February came, is this when you begin to get kind of like the runaround and everything?
Yeah, well, when February came, his father died. So I was like, no, it's all good. Like take a little. He's like I'm back behind. He's like I'm behind a couple weeks. He's like I just need a little time. So I gave him like 3 to 4 weeks off. And then I started reaching out to him.
Derek got kicked.
Dope. You there, Tony?
Yeah, I'm here. Come back in. Derek's having a little tech difficulty. It's give Derek an opportunity to get back in here, man. This thing is crazy. We're talking to Derek D'Angelo. He's one of the investors. He invested $100,000 with Cesar Pina. In his investment, he obviously has been stiffed. He has now went into federal court to sue. Let me see if we can get Derek back in here. Look like he got kicked again. Wait a second. But this thing is like absolutely crazy. And one of the things I hear a lot of people ask is like, did these people have contracts, etc.? Derek indeed had a contract. Contract is clear. It gives property. It gives deadlines, etc. A contract is only as valid as the person that you're doing business with and that is signing that contract. And if that person doesn't intend to do good business, then you'll get screwed. So it's very, very, it's one of those things, man. Like many people always ask about contracts, if it was reviewed by an attorney, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, contract, no contract, whatever. I think you're back, Derek. Can you hear me?
Oh?
Yeah, your video just cut out, but I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. My
Okay.
bad, my phone died. I'm on my iPad. Hold on. Why is this so slow? Tony, let me hang this up and come back on.
Okay. So Derek, him and multiple investors have now filed a lawsuit against Cesar, his family, his brother, his wife, everybody. Everybody's getting sued now. His daughter's getting sued. DJ Envy's getting sued. They suing everybody. Hey, Derek and all. Hey, I do got a question, Derek. You guys have now.
Where's my camera?
Can you hear me, Derek?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
You guys have now joined into a federal suit where it seems that there's multiple victims kind of coming together. Have you guys actually met? How did that come about where you guys have multiple victims kind of like on the same lawsuit? And what's the strategy for you guys moving forward?
You talking to me, Tony?
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, my lawyer reached out to me. Pretty much we're getting some resistance in the regular court, so he put together a couple of us. He asked me, do you want to go to federal court with Chamberlain and some? You mentioned another guy's name, and I'm like, do you feel like this is the best step for us? He goes, yeah. So I was like, let's do it. And then he set it up to go us three towards the federal. So I'm with whatever, bro. Whatever he thinks is the best move for whatever, you know what I mean?
The daughter Taylor. That's what the title for tonight is. Taylor just got hit with the real estate Rico, right? You guys just.
Oh my God, the real estate Rico.
Taylor Pina, the 18-year-old daughter of Cesar Pina, and your lawsuit is listed in the real estate Rico. Now, I know that you guys have seen that she was involved in something that looks like some properties were transferred to her name and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like this is a bit of a low blow, or do you feel like all bets are off at this point?
All bets are off, bro. Look at how many people he got. You know how many daughters are probably starving because he took money from fathers and people's wives, and people are losing cars payments and can't even afford their mortgage now. I mean, he all bets are off, bro. And playing dirty, that's what he started. So fuck it. I'm playing in the kitchen,
Do you have any children, Derek?
Nah, no children.
No children. Let me ask you a question, because this is the question of the night.
Yep.
Would you involve your child in fraudulent business?
No way. And that's stupid because That's all public records. Him transferring houses into his daughter's name. You know, and this is, like, he's a scumbag for doing that, putting stuff in his daughter's name and stuff.
I've
But
been
no,
recently. Hey, look, I've been recently sued by Cesar. Cesar has now sued me for defamation of character, alleging that these things that I've said are complete false. There are no scams. Um, he's got a great business name. He is honorable in business. He's went years without taking advantage of them. But you, Mr. D'Angelo, you were written 130K in fraud checks. Am I accurate?
facts, 100%. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I got one of the bounce checks right now. I'm gonna pull it out.
Oh man, yeah, we were. Oh man, please. Oh yes,
Hold on, real quick.
yeah. Derek D'Angelo is about to give you guys a first-hand look at the bad check that Cesar Humberto Pina issued. Hey, I need you guys to type yes in the chat if you want to see the bounce check. Type yes in the chat if you are interested in seeing the bad check. We need to see some yeses in the chat. Put them yeses in the chat. Do you think that it is scamming to write a $130,000? I mean, excuse me, write $130,000 worth of bad checks? I just want you guys to know, like, I'm being sued by Cesar for exposing and calling him a scammer. But he's wrote multiple investors six-figure bad checks. I can see if you wrote like $150, $200 bad check, maybe even a $500 bad check because you thought the money was there, but you fucked up and you overspent a little bit. But to write a six-figure bad check, that's some different type of work. That's nasty work. I mean, boy, that's so nasty. We gotta, you know what?
And don't sell no fake houses. Don't sell no fake deeds. Don't do that. We not doing that. We not doing that. We not taking advantage of the old people. We refuse to do it. The Brooklyn Bridge is not for sale. The Statue of Liberty is not for sale. New York City.
Stop selling bodegas in Jersey.
Oh my God, they just sold a beach.
Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Funk Flex. Hey man, real quick, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button, man. We in here with my man Derek D'Angelo. He's an investor who was defrauded out of $100,000+. He was given six figures in bad checks. He's actually he's in the background right now grabbing that check. He held that bitch as a souvenir, y'all.
I found one of them.
Hey Derek, I got a question for you. Have the feds reached out to you?
I spoke with a guy named Sharma, but I kind of want to just. It's kind of like you know, can't really say too much about it.
So he's like, the feds is on you too. You're writing these checks and you got damn bouncing six figures in checks. How the fuck you write a check for $100,000? So he wrote you $100,000 check and a $30K check.
Yeah, but so I had the interest. I forgot what I did with the other check, but this was the interest check, which was $35,000, and then so this is one bounce check right here. Let me flip this camera. Let me see if I can flip it. Oh, I can't flip this. All right, but hold on. This is one of them right here. It's weird on my iPad. I'm trying to find my damn camera.
So there we go. All right, just a little bit more. Right, then now back up just a little bit. Just back away from the screen just a little bit. Now to your right. Yeah, right there. Now come forward a little bit. Just yep, right there. Oh yeah, we see that hand riser. Cesar, the Humberto Pinas. That's you, buddy. We see the work.
So look at flipping from start to flipping.
Start to flipping.
That's Caesar's LLC.
They put a stop payment on that thing, huh?
Yeah, the $100,000 one. I think I had to like print it out and send it to Sean, like one of the people I was discussing with. So I don't know where I put it.
He said I had to send it to somebody. He said the $100,000 check he had to send it to somebody, Cesar.
But this is all official. That's
wow.
Why would we get on it? You know what I mean? But that was one. So it was 135. He wasn't giving me back. He said he was going to give me back an extra 5 because of how late it took him to pay me back.
So he added an extra 5 because he knew that it was bogus too, and that shit was going to bounce as well.
He should have just said he was going to add an extra 500,000 because it was going to bounce anyways. That doesn't even make sense. That's the $35,000 one, the $100,000 one somewhere.
Are you going to keep those forever? You think you're going to hang those on the wall or anything? Like what do you? I think those are souvenirs. I think those motherfuckers right now, you know.
Hold on. I think the other one would be right there.
He's gonna look for the $100,000 one, y'all. Hey, chat. Let me know in the chat, guys. What are you doing? You invest with somebody. You invest with them, and they bounce the check. What are you doing? Let me know in the chat. I gotta know. Let me know what's happening. What are you gonna do? You invest with somebody. It's time for your payout. When it's payout time, the checks bounce. And I ain't talking about no $100, $200 bounce. We talking about 6 figures and bouncing. I just need to know. Let me know in the comment section. What are you guys doing? Like, if you get those checks. Like, I want to know.
I don't know where, but I have a fucking wire.
Y'all see y'all gonna crash out. I see you gonna crash out. Hey, look, as we're in here too, guys, we got a ton of receipts inside of my Discord. If you haven't already become a member of my Discord, it's 100% free. The Discord has all of the victims' statements. I'm putting everything inside of there. We got free tips, finance, fitness, everything. Get inside the Discord. Make sure you guys join inside, man. And remember, in a few moments, I'm going to place a link in the chat, and I'm going to invite you guys in the audience to come up. And the question of the night is, would you involve your child in fraudulent business? Some people would, some people wouldn't.
I can't find that shit. My bad. I thought I had it over there. I don't have it.
Did you DM that to me?
Yeah, I DM'd that too. Everything's in your DMs.
Yeah, I do remember. I'll pull it up real quick because you know.
I DM'd you the wire too. I sent you the wire when I sent them the money. I just had it the other day. I went through all my paperwork. I don't know where I put it.
I know you had it because you almost slipped up and said that you gave it to the feds. We heard you.
Yeah.
We heard you slip up right there. It's all good. So, first off, everybody that's in here, if you just joined in, make sure you hit that like button. This is Derek D'Angelo. He is a $100,000 investor with Cesar Pina, and he has now been defrauded out of that money. For you, those of you who are familiar, Cesar Pina is the heavyset guy who was shoved down our throats by DJ Envy for the last 5+ years, all over his platforms, all over Breakfast Club. They did seminars together. They were like world tour buddies. DJ Envy was saying that he was gaining all types of wealth and being able to afford and buy expensive things because of his real estate portfolio that he had now acquired since partnering with Cesar. I mean, this was like one of the cool stories. I mean, like I honestly was like, damn, that's pretty cool. These guys are crushing it in the real estate game. I didn't know exactly what all was going on behind the scenes. I didn't know that they were taking advantage of people. I honestly thought, just like you, Derek, that these guys were doing it the right way.
Yeah.
To hear that you drove from Boston to New Jersey when he could have sent you a wire, to hear that you drove, that he pulled cash out in your face, put the cash back in his pocket, and left you with 2 checks that were worthless is absolutely disgusting. What's your thoughts, man? Because I know we talked about this, I think, previously one time. But what's your thoughts when you actually are spending money now in attorneys and fighting, the legal way when you're not certain if you'll actually be able to recover your money back?
Um, it's a scary situation because sometimes I don't know if I'm chasing bad money with good money. So I mean, I don't know, Tony. It's a That's tough because I paid one fee with my lawyer so far, but he hasn't asked for nothing else yet. But I think when he does decide to ask, or eventually does, I'll discuss it with him. But it'll probably be a little better or in our favor now that it's like three of us tagged together on one case. Kind of like a small class action. So it might be a little cheaper moving forward. But there is a possibility. I think maybe the odds probably like 60 to 40 we get back our money. But I don't know. It's the biggest thing is if they could trace the money. But
How,
I don't
how
really
has
have too much information on it.
how has this impacted you though? Like, I mean, keep it real with me, man. Like, I don't know if this 100,000 is a drop in the bucket for you, or if this has impacted you. Like, what's the, you know,
No, it definitely impacted me, bro. It impacted me a lot. You know what I mean? It definitely impacted me a lot. I pulled out a HELOC on my home, and then gave him money for my HELOC. So then I was down 100,000 from the HELOC, but I had like a little small rental car company. I was starting to build. You know what I mean? But I was in debt on HELOC, and I was still making the monthly interest payments every month. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So I had to sell like three of my cars to put that money back into my HELOC, so I didn't have to make those interest payments no more. But it definitely set me back a lot. You know what I mean? Because I only have four cars in my little rental car company. You know what I mean? But I was trying to scale it and trying to start grow it. But it definitely put me back. It's kind of it's a shitty situation for sure. But at the end of the day, bro, you can't let stuff like this break you. You always got to find a positive in negative situations like this. So I learned honestly, you can't trust nobody, bro. You know what I mean? Well, people on social media that say they do this, that, you can't trust nobody's word. And then I don't know, you just can't let nothing break you. If you're a hustler in your mind, bro, you get it right back. You know what I mean? You could go broke, get it back. That's just the way life is, bro. It's like a roller coaster. Just right now, I'm at the down part, but I know I'll be straight again. I
um,
can't let that little shit, that little hiccup break me.
what watching all the stuff online that Caesar has now come out and he's like kind of trolled the victims and said you might
Mm-hmm.
not ever get any money back, and talked about the IRS getting involved and all these different things, which seems very, very like, condescending and um, insensitive to, you guys. Those smoke detector batteries are battling like a motherfucker in your background. I put up that post yesterday about people just like you that just don't change your smoke detector batteries. Just FYI.
My ceilings, I need to bring my ladders in my garage, bro. My fucking ceilings are too tall to reach, and I'm too lazy to go in my garage right now.
Uh,
I'll change it tomorrow. Next time we go live, you won't hear that.
yeah, man.
All right?
I just it's obvious that ain't nobody doing the ceiling fan challenge in his house, y'all, because he is that shit is beeping like crazy over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
um,
that's
but
for
nah,
sure.
man. I think that I try to keep this thing light because I know it's obviously frustrating with having to deal with all the disrespect and the hoopla that's happening with this circus that has now become this investment for you. I mean, you make a real estate transaction, which you thought, contract, everything else, and now you're you're fighting lawsuits and getting in the
Hmm.
federal court and uh, the news and everything else is happening. What is one of the things that you would do differently if you could do it all over?
One thing I could do differently, bro, is not invest in the Caesar and never listen to the Breakfast Club my whole life. I wish I never. If I would have never gotten involved with the Breakfast Club, and never stayed in tune with it, and actually enjoyed watching it, I would have never knew about Caesar. It's
So
that I liked the
you were
Breakfast Club
actually a
Caesar.
fan of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. You know, there was some. It was good content. They had good content. You know, there was like commotion, beefs. They had politics on there. You could learn certain stuff. So I was actually a fan of the Breakfast Club. That's the only reason why I got introduced to Caesar. If I never watched the Breakfast Club or never gave a fuck about it, I would have never knew about Caesar. So that's one thing I would have done differently. Just stay off YouTube, you know, stay away from the Breakfast Club. But
How do you feel about envy? You know, many people don't like that I keep talking about this first and foremost, but they feel like DJ Envy has no um, hand in this actual Ponzi. What's your thoughts?
I think Envy's a sucker. I think now when shit hits the fan, you want to play victim and point the finger at Caesar. But that was your man's before shit hit the fans, and you rode with him, and you guys did seminars, and hey, it's flipping Caesar, it's DJ Envy, and that was your boy, bro. And you're gonna turn your back on your man. You know what I mean? You guys did dirt together. That you can't do that. It's like a coward move, you know. It's like you and your buddy go rob the bank, and then you turn your back on your bro and you start pointing. You can't do that, bro. You're in it. You're in the hole just as deep as Caesar. But
Do you feel that Envy should be held accountable in the same light? Do you think that he should be arrested and go through the same process?
facts, 100%. Because no one would have if Caesar never stepped foot on the Breakfast Club, no one would have knew who Caesar was. DJ Envy exposed him to the public. No, like if Envy brought a different, if it wasn't Caesar and if it was some other guy named Philip, you know, we'd be going through the situation we're now with Philip. It's that he introduced Caesar to the whole world. You know, he built Caesar. He made Caesar who he was. He made Caesar. I'm pretty sure he said that too. But he made Caesar known to the public and suggested he made Caesar known to the public and swore that this guy had 2,000 doors and he was the true real estate mogul and he was the real estate king, flipper. He was the real estate guy, you know. So he introduced him to us. I have known Caesar or even invested with Caesar. If he wasn't on the Breakfast Club, no, I wouldn't even know who Caesar was. I don't chill in Patterson, New Jersey. I'm from Boston. I only knew about Caesar because he was on the Breakfast Club.
Randy M just asked a good question. Said, "Why haven't they added iHeartRadio onto the lawsuits? During Diddy's case, they sued the corporations, which forced Diddy to settle."
Oh, what did they do? They sued Diddy and
So what the person is saying is that
uh,
uh, Diddy's corporations were included in the lawsuit, which forced them to settle.
Diddy to settle. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I've talked about it with my lawyer. I think we're trying to probably attack the smaller targets first, and then if we don't get an answer or if things don't go well, then we go for the next bigger pocket. You know.
I mean, I'm not an attorney, and obviously your attorney knows
Mm-hmm.
best. But I think it's a valid question. Like every victim I've spoken to, talks about, either being a fan or listening to this promoted on iHeartRadio, Breakfast Club, etc. Obviously, like iHeart, they have some very, strict guidelines with the FCC that they have to be compliant with when it comes to advertising, marketing, payola, things of that nature. You guys have now, it seems like a lot of those boundaries have been crossed, maybe gray areas or whatever, but when you look at these situations and you see that there's so many people that didn't get paid out and there's money missing, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I obviously even have been saying this for a while. Is like I'm shocked, that none of you guys have attached iHeart. I think that if you, and this is my opinion, which could be, mean not much, but I think that if you guys added iHeart from the outset, that things would have been expedited because these companies don't want to be associated or tagged and sued in these type of things where they might have liability or the FCC gets involved. So you got to understand something. All you guys have is civil lawsuits at this point, essentially, which none of those impact how Breakfast Club or iHeart do business. This is, civil lawsuits, which Envy is trying to get his name dismissed off, which may or may not happen. I think that to really make it to where they take it seriously, if you had indeed included those major platforms, those platforms would now be forced to make a decision for those other guys, right? See, iHeart goes from a bigger perspective, man. You start talking about fucking up billions of dollars. You're not talking about, chump change to them. So to them, I would be like, they'd be like, hey, cut the check. Because I did hear somebody say that, hey, in Diddy's situation, because those corporations were sued, it kind of superseded him being able to make the decision, and those uh, policies that they have that cover them in insurance actually jumped in. So I think that might be something that,
No shit.
yeah, that you guys might need to be paying attention to, because simply going after Caesar doesn't care. He's getting online and he's talking about, you know hey, you guys might not ever get any money if you're lucky. And I think he's even banking on the fact that you might not get anything. I think he's banking on the fact that if it's just on him, he knows that money's been blown multiple times.
Yeah, and I think this was planned out from the jump. Caesar knew what he was doing from the jump. You know what I mean? So I think he knew what was going to be the outcome of all this. So and he probably had lawyers that was working with him to. So when stuff like this got to this point, like he'd be cleared. But I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak with my lawyer tomorrow and see what he has to say. But I know I think eventually we will get to that point, which is going after the small pockets first. But I know I seen Don Omar suing now too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And was his case only Caesar, or did he include Envy? Do you know anything about
I
it or
think
no?
at this point
And
it has Caesar. It mentions Envy. I mean, I spoke to Don Omar. He told me exactly what he was like. Man, listen, I'm a Latin star.
yeah,
I've never had a
big.
single. Listen to this, and this is important for everybody to hear this piece. This is a very, very uh, interesting take that Don Omar said. He said, "Hey, none of us as Latin stars have ever been featured on the Breakfast Club. Nicky Jam, none of those guys." He said,
Damn, that's crazy.
he said, "I've never been invited to the Breakfast Club." He said, "To see a Hispanic representing for us on that platform is the reason that I was like, I'm a rock with him, because I wanted to support my people." He was like, if he did not see Caesar on the Breakfast Club, he's like, bro, you got to understand, this is a big deal for us as Latins. He go, there was nobody else that was on the platform. He said, all of us that are stars, like none of us had ever made it on Breakfast Club. Very major deal to see Caesar in that platform. And then to hear about his story and how he was being positioned as this guy that had changed his life and had recreated, like, the way that he was going to do things. So Don Omar was very, hey Tony, like I would have never done any business if those things had not taken place. He was very, very adamant, like, yo, the things that I have now been a part of is because I witnessed another Latin be on that platform, and it was a big deal. He said I had never been invited ever, and to see Caesar there was an exciting piece for him. He's like, I wanted to be a part of that. Like it was a big deal to be a part of it.
Damn.
I've been waiting on Don Omar to come out and actually do the interview with me, because he gave it to me, guys. I mean, Don Omar gave it to me. He told me some very, very good stuff. I mean, the amount of people that he said, in Puerto Rico and DR, ugly. He made points to say that some of his acquaintances, like a mother had gave Caesar like $1 million, and she's like 80+ years old. Like he's stealing from the elderly, allegedly. There's just a ugly um, array of things that Don Omar shared with me, and I just sit back and I hear these things, and I just wonder, why isn't people not more upset and outraged about people who prey on their own community? People who say that they're here to help and then do exactly the opposite. Many people get frustrated with me covering this story continuously. They don't like the fact that I've talked about this for the last 7, 8 months. They don't like the fact that I hate scammers a lot. And you guys, if you hate scammers too, make sure you go get your merch. You can go to TonyTheCloser.com. We have an array of dope hats, shirts, etc. Um, but I stand with these victims. I remember earlier this year when Derek first reached out to me and began to send me his proof. He wasn't at that point prepared to come to the light and to speak publicly. Many of the victims did not want to come out publicly uh, for whatever reason it was, whether they were thinking that they were going to keep hope alive, that they were actually going to, get their money, or the fear of not getting money because they came out, um, or whatever it might have been. I wanted to make sure um, I gave these guys, specifically Derek, specifically Nigel Chamberlain, an opportunity to stand up, an opportunity to be heard. Um, Many people don't like this shit, man. How do you feel about a guy like myself, Tony the Closer? He's out here raising all this hell, involved in this shit. Do you feel like I have been an asset or what to the victims?
Bro, you've been a huge asset. I mean, if it wasn't for you posting the receipts and doing what you did, I'd still be texting Caesar like, Caesar, what's up with my money? Stressing, panicking. Probably would have taken 2 more trips to New Jersey for bounce checks. So I look at it as a huge asset because now it's like the relief's like the anxiety is down. Now it's like now I know what I have to face. You know what I mean? So definitely a huge asset. Big asset. You made things for sure asset for me.
Um, if you if you could talk to Caesar and he was looking you dead in your eyes right now, what's your words for Caesar?
What would I say to Caesar? That's a good question, Tony. So if Caesar popped up, I'd just be like, I'd ask him why. Just why? You gave me a word. Why do you play with my money, bro? I don't know what I'd ask him. I'd have to really think about it. Say if I had a meeting with Caesar, I'd think about what I would ask him on my drive to go in and meet him. But if he just popped up on live right now and I had to say something to him, I think just why? Like, what made you do what you did? You know what I mean? Like Caesar was in a position where he had so many people invested into him, where he could have did something positive and actually made made a killing for people. Made money him for himself, make us make money. We all could have made money. That's how much money people were investing into this guy. But why would you fuck it up for yourself, bro? You tarnished your family's name. You tarnished your name. You put your family in danger. Your brother's a clown. Like, you tarnished your whole family's name, bro. Your dad's probably rolling over in his grave. You're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So I just asked him why. Do you not give a fuck about your family?
Mm, mm,
You know
mm, mm.
that shit's crazy. People will talk about the Pinas as clowns in New Jersey now. A family that robbed elderly women and bus drivers and took people's annuities and lawsuits money. Like you're not no stand. You're not a man for that. You know. You're a clown. You're like it's a female. Your family's legacy is trash now, bro.
Did Caesar, speaking on the being, like Hispanic and all that, did that make any, like, what influenced you the most? Like, what was the most, like, you know important piece for you making the decision to do business or whatever? Like, what were the identifiers?
I think him. I'm not saying I'm like there's nothing wrong with me, but just him, just like minority. Him saying he's for the minority, like the minority crowd. He's here to help people. He's here to help people make money. He's tired of seeing his people down, and he made me feel like this guy's a people's person. Like he's for the people, you know. And basically, like the other side of the grass. Like when he was talking to me, he's like, the other, like he's gonna get me to that next level where I could be financially free. Like he sold me a vision. He sold me a dream, bro. You know what I mean? Because I work hard to try to build something to where I don't have to work anymore, and my return on all my investments, just I could live my daily life with just collecting my return on my investments. You know what I mean? So we chopped it up, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll get you there. Like the grass is green, and on the other side, I'm gonna get you the Traport chain. Me, Envy, this person, this person will fly in Chicago in 2 months from now. They'll go look at houses with 10, 15,000. We connected with the mayors out there. Like you're gonna fly out there with us, bro. Like I'm like, wow, like this nigga's really like, let's get this. You know what I mean? But he just sold a vision, bro. He was good at what he did. He's like a car salesman, you know what I mean? Like you go in the Mercedes dealership, and I could picture Caesar trying to sell you a Mercedes. This car got all the features and comes with the premium alloy wheels. Like that's what he was. He was a really good car salesman.
I I I I used to be a car salesman, so I'm going to say, like, car salesman, we not taking that one. We, like, no, he was a good con artist. Car salesmen be getting the bad end of the stick because people feel like car people are bad people. No, like, you have ethical salespeople and you have unethical salespeople. Caesar is a unethical. I'm trying to keep my monetization on YouTube, y'all. IG
Yeah.
already done took my live away. I be wanting to curse a little bit. I'm gonna be good though. I'm gonna start learning how to not use so much profanity. But man, I feel for you guys, man. Like, this happened to me, man. I know how disgusting it is, man, to have somebody take your money, play in your face, you know, and put on like they were really about the people. Like, put on that they were really doing the things that they purported they were doing, and then to make it look like you were the bad person, to make it seem like you had did something fucked up. That's the part that I don't support. Like, yeah, one thing to say, hey, you know, uh, the business didn't work, but to just steal people's hard-earned money,
Yeah,
and
crazy, bro. It was like that. It was like that thing. The way he like sold me the vision, bro. I was like, damn. Like, I'm thinking it's like perfect time, and I'm like, this might be like my break. Like, I think like I'm really about to connect in with these dudes and just make big money. Like, I thought it was my time to like level, like really level up in life. You know what I mean? Where I could start touching M's, and I thought this was my chance, bro, to actually make it. Make something, make a name for myself and stuff. So that's why I was like, yo, I gotta take this risk. Like I can't let this shit run away from me. So I,
so
t- I took the risk, and it's not that I really thought it was a risk because of who was behind him, where he was, like what platform he was on, and the way I was thinking about it, I was just like, bro, why would he be on like iHeartMedia Airways just promoting a scam artist? Like I can't see that happening, but that's what's been happening the whole time. So it's like it's messed up. But I definitely thought it was like my break in life. Where I was like, this is that moment right here that people talk about. It's like when you meet that.
Nigel, check your text messages, man. I just sent you a link to join into the live. You guys are both on this lawsuit, this federal lawsuit. If you're available, I would love for you to be able to come in here as well. Nigel Chamberlain is the man. I mean, Chamberlain, excuse me. He's the man. He had a $800,000 investment with Caesar. These numbers, man, all six figures, all disgusting, just disgusting. Not fixing the damn property, not doing anything, man. It's just disgusting. Oh, there's
He
Nigel.
had like 10. He had like 10 people invest 6 figures on one property. The investments were like 3 times what the property was worth.
Nigel, you in here? I don't see you.
Yes, can you hear me?
There you go.
Okay, let me turn on some lights. Where am I? Let's see. Hey, Tony. Hey, Derek. How are you?
How's it going, brother?
Nigel, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Hanging in, fellas.
I always tell people whenever we look at, and let me just change this real quick. Let me get a different.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can set this up right. I don't know if this shit is gonna work right or not. We can try it. Oh hell no, that ain't it. Hell no, that ain't it. Let's go back to the main one. All right, go back to this one.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Hold on 1 second. Let me cut off my YouTube.
Say it again, Nigel.
I'm gonna cut off my YouTube. Hold on.
So you guys, first off, Nigel is also another investor. We got to play my little joint real quick.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Blacklock's in the building. We have two victims that are sharing their stories right now. We have, for all of my new people in the audience, we have Derek D'Angelo, who's center, and we have Nigel Chamberlain, who's on the right hand side, looking like he's going to go pull a jack move on Cesar right now. And Nigel looks like he's about to pull a ski mask down and pull up on Cesar right now.
Let's go, Nigel. I'm with you, bro.
Derek, how are you? Everyone good?
I just
Everyone's
got to
good,
ask
brother.
the question, man. I just have to ask the question. How
Talk to
in
me.
the fuck did you guys add Taylor into the lawsuits? I just got to ask this, man. Like, you guys, I mean, I'm the, if when they go low, you go to hell. So this is my lingo is they go low, I go to hell, right?
Absolutely.
And apparently
That's
you
right,
guys
that's
been
right.
on some of that Tony the closer T, because you guys have decided to go to hell.
Well, exactly. Well, it makes sense. I mean, Caesar was questioning why we brought his wife into it. A lot of the corporations are in his wife's name. So, of course, it makes sense to bring his wife into it. I don't even know why he's asking that question. And now we find out through research, because we're doing heavy research, that he's transferred assets into his daughter's name, which is one, crazy that you would include your daughter in a criminal, in your criminal activity. Two, the fact that, you would put her in jeopardy. And that's not a threat. That's not anything criminal. It's like jeopardy as far as being prosecuted for being a part of this scam. So this guy is not thinking super selfish. He has his wife, his daughter involved, his brother involved, and I agree with Derek. His brother is a clown. It's like a minstrel. But we have to cover.
You see that work?
we have to cover all angles, and we're researching other companies, we're researching other people, we're researching money trails. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. He's not going to get away with this. He thinks he is, and he might have to deal with the feds because he has a 5K1 motion since his previous conviction. So we'll see where all of this leads. But and as far as your question about iHeart, we are definitely in the throes of eyeing iHeart and doing the research, because when we do eventually knock on iHeart's door, I will, I want to make sure I'm right. Obviously, DJ Envy's superiors, Thea Mitchum and Doc Winter, had to have known what was going on. There's no way you're going to tell me that they didn't. They had a gentleman. I mean, they vet everyone that goes on a Breakfast Club. So they had Caesar. They had Envy pushing Caesar for 3, 4, 5 years, and they didn't do research. They didn't know that this guy was a felon, and they didn't think of liability. And now that there's a problem, iHeartMedia hasn't said anything. So we're looking at your silence more than we are your actions. So, this whole thing stinks. This whole thing stinks. And it's just getting deeper and deeper as we do the research. So, we had to pull out on the state level and then file on the federal level.
Pardon me for 1 second. Just look down at my phone. The Dallas Cowboys are now trailing the Seattle Seahawks 35-30. That just makes my day. If the Seahawks pull this off, I just hate the Cowboys. They're like the most disgusting fans in America to me. Philly, I used to be a low key Eagles fan. I'm a Washington Commanders fan. But we used to be the Redskins. I used to be the Eagles was my second team, but for some reason the Eagles fans have become damn near like Cowboy fans to me now. So I hate everybody, especially them. I'm just sorry. I saw that. I'm a hater of the Cowboys. Like anybody playing against them, I got to throw shade.
I hate them.
Had to take my moment. The game is still going. It's a lot of game left, but man, it just made me feel good to see that they're losing to the Seahawks.
Yes, sir.
When they go low, you guys go to hell.
Yes, sir.
You guys go to hell.
We're gonna be relentless on this. We're not letting it go. We're gonna be like a pit bull on somebody's arm. We're never letting go.
So
all gas, no brakes.
Nigel,
Absolutely.
you are a $830,000 investor. I mean,
yes.
American dollars, not Jamaican dollars, like American 800 and nah, because somebody pulled a fast one on me. Like one of the dudes I used to be cool with one day, this motherfucker, he showed me his he went to a Jamaican ATM, and he showed me his bank statement from the ATM, and I was like, God damn, how the fuck you get all that money in your account, bro? But Jamaican dollars are a lot long. I mean, there's it converts over like crazy massive money. I don't know what it was, but it was like motherfucker had $1 million+ in his account, and it was like Jamaican dollars. Like, what the fuck? But you gave 800 American dollars, 800,000.
835,000 K. Yes.
What was the 5K for? He was gonna get that back to Derek.
It was just extra money in the account. So
you know the crazy part is Derek was probably coming in. Derek? When did you get your checks from Cesar?
The bounce checks?
Yeah.
April 27th.
Oh, Nigel, you had just gave him the money, man.
April 7th. April 17th.
How the fuck he bounced? You just gave him on April 17th 800 grand. How the fuck did Cesar bounce a fucking $100,000 check 10 days later?
Yeah, it's called greed. It's called handing all the money over to the launderers. That's what it's called.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, hey Derek, so I just want you to understand, bro, he didn't even give you money from the account that he just got the money from Nigel. He had you got paid from Nigel. Hey, look, and he got 400 grand in that same month from the lawsuit from the fucking slip and fall incident.
Yeah, slip and fall lawsuit. He got paid.
They had a slip,
how much did he get paid?
Lawsuit in April, which was 400 grand, and then they also got that money from Nigel, which 800 grand. That's over $1 million+.
This is what he sent me.
Wow.
He's like, hey, I just need to wait for this money to clear. Let me go this way with it. See how it says pending balance?
That
Yeah.
motherfucker made a fake checking account. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but this is what he sent me.
Make
That
sure you
says
send me
available
that. I need
now.
a screen. Hey, make sure you text me that, man. Send me that.
Yeah, I had to send that over to my buddy too.
Oh, you sent that to your buddy? Who's your buddy that you refer of?
He's a good, close buddy of mine, helping out and stuff, you know.
Not federal agent buddies, is it?
Special agent, something like that, maybe.
Special agents? Oh my God, the real estate.
Oh my God, the real estate Rico.
Oh my God, it's the real estate Rico. Man, this is crazier than hell.
There's a lot of eyes on them.
Oh man, look at this shit. Man, Cesar sent this man some shit. He had $38,000 balance. I know this. Hey, Cesar, this wasn't no real motherfucking account. I don't see no DoorDash, so I know this shit, Cap. Hey, Cesar, I'm on to you. I'm hip to your game. This shit say Home Depot. You ain't took your motherfucking ass to no Home Depot, Cesar. I don't know who you think you got food. I know this motherfucker drew this shit up. Damn,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
so
like, yeah, I'm just waiting.
So in
He's like,
April, you get a bounce check for $100 grand, right?
100, one for 100 and the other for 35,000.
So
The
he
100,
gave
I
you
forgot where I put the.
135,000 in bad checks, but he collected 835,000 in good money from Nigel. He got another
And then the slip
400
and
plus
fall.
thousand from the slip and fall, and I'm sure there was some other victims that also invested in April. So he just intentionally said, "Fuck you."
Writing bad checks is a crime in itself.
Is it?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
So, what I'm so confused about is why is there only a wire in charge? You know what I mean?
One count of wire fraud.
Yeah. Why isn't it like 100 counts?
It's an ongoing investigation. They're going to add more charges.
They're gonna
Yeah.
add more, right?
Absolutely.
More, right?
Absolutely.
Someone also said that well, Luchi was indeed added into the lawsuit. So essentially, between you two guys, you almost had $1 million. Shit, I mean, gosh.
Absolutely. And Lucci was added because Lucci is property managing for Caesar. So where was his company's liability in notifying the more than one person, up to 10 people on one property? You know, if he was running a legit management company, he should have sent notice to at least Caesar, but all the other people who were getting into these properties stating, you know, how are you on this property? This property is already owned. You understand? And Caesar wasn't getting these properties from auction. He had previously owned them, but he was telling all the investors he was getting them from an auction. So if Lucci's a property manager, where is his due diligence? Where is his fiduciary responsibility in notifying new investors that this might be fraud? You see? So none of it adds up. So that's how come he's involved. The wife, Jenny, Lucci,
What the fuck
now the
Jenny
daughter.
do?
You see the what?
What Jenny do?
Who, Jenny?
Yeah.
Jenny's on the personal guarantee, bro. Look at
Oh shit.
we, Jennifer,
Yes, you know
Interlude
what?
Pina, and Cesar Pina. That was the personal guarantee Cesar gave me, and Jennifer's name's right there.
Oh man. Send me that too.
There
Take a
you go.
screenshot. Take a picture of that and send me that
So
too.
she's on the personal guarantee. The contract's all right here.
Leave my wife out of this shit.
Yeah, and nobody's talking about Investment Patterson LLC, where Jennifer Pina and DJ Envy were partners. That's public information. Everybody could look it up.
And what was it?
Investment Patterson LLC.
I haven't talked about Investment Patterson LLC yet. I've been meaning to talk about that for the longest and how they
And we
swap
have the paperwork.
properties and yeah, we got to talk about that. Oh yeah,
Yeah, study that, Tone.
man. I forgot to talk about that, man. I'm slipping.
It's important. You can go to the
Investment
website and see.
Patterson
We have the information.
LLC. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so Envy wants to say that he was just partners in the seminars, but if you're partners in just the seminars, why are you partners with Jennifer on Investment Patterson LLC? The company starts with investment. So you were investing with Jennifer at least, but definitely with Cesar. But Cesar's name can't be on the paperwork because he's a felon on the corporation, excuse me. So, you partnered with his wife to invest in real estate and to flip and scam in real estate. So, listen, it's not a huge leap to make, you know.
Damn, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. So Envy is definitely lying. I mean, listen, he's trained. He's a trained radio personality. He knows how to talk and what to say.
Yeah.
But no one, the naivest of people who've heard this, there's only one conclusion you could come to: that he was fully entrenched in what was going on. You knew a year before, more than a year before, you knew that something was amiss, yet you continued to promote Caesar on the airways for more than a year, hoping to get your money, that 500,000 off the school, and then playing off. It didn't work. So we're not
But
believing.
I
If you're smart enough to, go ahead, Derek.
no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nigel.
No, it's okay. But listen, your DJ Envy is purporting to be a DJ, and he's doing this, and he's doing the cars, and he has multiple businesses, and he has all these properties. You're smart enough to do all of that, but not keen enough to smell that something's amiss. Nobody's believing that. Nobody. Most of the people who've heard this story, and all these people can't be wrong. Obviously, it has to go into courts. It has to be pushed up against the legal system, and the laws have to be applied. But on the most basic of levels, nobody believes that Envy is, so step up.
Raymond Tapia goes, Envy, I'm a victim too. Also, Envy, invest with us, become partners.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. They stealing.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That's crazy. But and Envy says he was robbed for 500K with that school investment, but he still owns half the school. You know what I mean? Right?
They just had an article that came out about the school, and they're actually, I think today was supposed to have a hearing on it, right? Wasn't the meeting today?
So it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I might have to. I'm gonna have to catch me early morning. What time is that meeting?
I'm not sure,
We need to.
but listen,
We need to actually be at that meeting. If you're an investor and you've been unable to get in contact with Caesar, and he has a meeting tomorrow to talk to the board about real estate, I think you guys should all be in attendance. My
wow.
opinion. It's my opinion. Why would you let him go there and act like he's a legit person? No, you should be there. The people at the school
Yeah, I have
board
to
and
go to
everybody
court.
that's making the decision should also be like, hey, wait a minute, Chunky. These people back here in the back say that you owe them some money and that you defrauded them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
unfortunately,
my
I have a.
definition of no refunds, no peace is it means no peace. No peace.
Yeah, I wish I would have known about this. I wish I would have known about this. I have to appear in court on a separate matter. But if Caesar and Envy own the school, obviously they're paying taxes on that school, are they not? Obviously, they're paying insurance. That school must be insured. Where's that money coming from? So
That's
a
true.
lot of questions need to be answered, but the biggest question is, where is 80 to 100 million dollars, Caesar? Where's that money?
We
That's
might
what I
just
want
get
to know.
hit with the Rico.
There we go.
What's the
Yeah,
number
that's
that you
that's,
said?
that's definitely
80
true. Where
to
did all that money go?
8.
But I think I was seeing something. Somebody was saying like they think Caesar put everything in the cryptos because cryptos is untraceable. Once you convert all the cash to cryptos and then you start sending it out, like it can't be traced. So if
All you
he,
gotta do is find the original wallet. Caesar's not a very smart guy. He's not that sophisticated, right? So
yeah,
that
that's for sure. That's for sure.
all you had to do is find his original wallet, find one thing in his wallet, and then you'll be able to trace all the transactions. If he
Trace
has
that. Yeah.
if he's done crypto with any of you guys, if he gave you $1 of crypto, if he told you something, all you gotta do is have those keys. You can actually go and look up his whole thing. That's the beauty of the blockchain.
Interesting.
That's the
You could
beauty of
tell
the
he's a
Oh,
little
blockchain.
shout
slow
out
because
again. Shout out to Common Sense Eli. Of course, shout out to Tony the Closer, and shout out to Common Sense Eli, and shout out to JT the Pocket Watcher for bringing this story, breaking this story, and being the first ones on it. Definitely. Shout out to Sarah Wallace for bringing it to the news media, mainstream news media. Um, Shout out Anthony Barone and Anthony Martini for starting these lawsuits early on. Just want to mention them.
Yeah, fuck
Shout out to
Anthony
the attorneys
Martini
who
and
are working
Barone.
on it.
Anthony Martini and Anthony Barone. Fuck y'all. Y'all the reason why I still talk about this shit to this day. I got quiet and then y'all can't fucking with me. You know the crazy part, Derek?
what's up, bro?
When I asked you a question earlier, I said, how do you feel about Tony the Closer being involved in advocating for the victims? And then I went and I looked at my damn phone and I saw you send me a text message back on June the 3rd. Go look at your messages if you forgot. But you asked me, hey man, why did you take down all the videos? Everybody was kind of bothered by the fact that I had taken the videos down
Yeah. I
um,
remember that.
when I wasn't talking about it any longer. So it was like people get mad when you do, mad when you don't.
That's
Hey,
yeah.
oh shit, the
That's right.
Cowboys about to take the damn lead.
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And the Caesar has, it's just crazy how much like of a punk Caesar is because he taunts, he's like taunting the victims on Instagram. Like it's insane. Like what he posts. Like I might just go buy an NBA team. Like bro, you serious? Like Caesar's crazy. He really is.
No, I
He's
don't think
definitely
he's
not.
crazy. I just think he's not thinking. I mean, he's just basically hanging himself. You know, I'm not
But
bothered by what he, because eventually when we get into the courts, we're gonna run circles around him. So have fun now. Doesn't bother
yeah,
me.
but
But I definitely can see how it's the taunting. I definitely can see how he may think it has an effect, and maybe it does for certain victims. But
mhm,
my focus sports. He could be a clown. He could smoke screen all he wants. The facts will speak.
exactly.
The law will speak, and that's where my focus is.
Damned if
But
you
it's
do, damned
definitely
if you don't,
disrespect
Tony.
the victim.
That's a fact.
Fact.
Definitely
He can
disrespect
smoke
the
screens.
victims.
All smoke screens. That's all it is. All smoke screens. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, what do you think the chances are, Nigel? You think we could recover back some funds for some of the victims? 'Cause that's my main concern. I think. How do you think that's going to play out towards the end?
I mean, obviously, there has to be assets, and if he has assets or if he has anywhere near what he was purporting, I'm sure there could be some clawback like there was in the Madoff case. But you know, where are the assets? Whose names are they in? Um, you know, the feds, I'm sure, will come up with all of those answers. And obviously, there's not as much properties as he was purporting to have. So if there's a minimal amount of properties, you know, it'll be interesting to see if there's any money from them and how it gets divided. Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why, you know, the iHeartMedia um, lawsuits will be important.
Yeah, because if you're saying if the sums are past 20, 30, 40 million, or like you said, 80 million, there's no way he has that. There's no way him or Emmy have that type of money. So it's like,
Yeah, not in solid assets. But that money's
oh,
somewhere,
oh, yeah,
you know. And the IRS is involved, so they're pretty good at what they do, forensic, financially, for
oh, yeah,
forensic financial. I forgot the term. Accounting.
Yeah, that forensic
My
accounting is gonna
apology.
be crazy.
Yeah, forensic accounting. My apologies. But
Tony the
yeah,
closer, what it do? Turn up on your
exactly.
live. They stealing.
Big time stealing, and the IRS will find that money. If it wherever it ended up, they'll find money.
yeah.
So we'll see. We just have to play the waiting game, go through the courts, go through the legal system. But he's not going to get away with this.
No, no
He's
way.
not going to.
There's no way. There's no way in hell. There has to be a consequence. Whether it's
He door dashed and
sports
chill
or
with y'all monies, man. No real estate.
Tony.
He just
How did you
door dash and chill.
first figure out they were scamming? Like, did someone first reach? Like, what made someone want to reach out to you and be like, hey, do you know Cesar? Like, he's scamming. Like, how did you first pick up on this? Just out of
I
curiosity.
gotta. I have to get my phone plug. Hold on, fellas.
Well, I mean, for me, the credit dude, Jose, the credit dude, came and mentioned
Oh,
his situation with the guys, and then after that, what happened was the other victims began sending me DMs with the contracts, and it just kind of like spiraled, man.
spiral out of control.
Yeah, it spiraled, man. There was so many people, and you know the stories were all identical, and it was happening in such a short amount of time. That first
Yeah,
week, dude, it was like $12 million in people that came to me like quick. I couldn't
that's
believe it. It was like
crazy, bro.
4 days went by,
12
and
million.
it was like 4 days, and it was like 12 million, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy." I just knew the numbers were going to grow
That's
drastically after
crazy.
that.
I know you were probably like, what the fuck? You usually getting DMs left or right, just like confused with
Dude,
receipts and bounced checks. I know that shit was probably like overwhelming
bounce
to you,
checks.
bro.
Dude send me a $500,000 bounce check. He sends me like, you know, I'm just getting like crazy receipts, and I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, this is going to be. I mean, from when Jose first mentioned it to me, man, I knew it was going to be huge. Let's face it. You know, I've been to their events, man. They got a huge platform. Millions of people hear this thing. So when you when you got a platform, you understand funnels and you understand what they were doing. I mean, it was no brainer that this was going to be a major, major scam. When I got the first few people that were sending me stuff, I was like, oh yeah, this is the writings on the wall that this is going to be blood in the water.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, the best thing that could happen to Caesar he gets locked up for a long time because he cannot be out here walking around. That's for sure.
And I don't know why we're getting resistance with the courts in New Jersey. So I feel like he might be connected with like a higher power, bro. Because I feel like something should have probably already like, I don't know, something should have already been given. Like, we're getting too many like pushes, and you're not doing this right. You're not doing. You gotta resend this document. It's just like, it just seems like headaches with trying to take this crazy guy to court when he's wronged so many people, and it's like I feel like the lawyers are getting backlash, and they're like sticking up for Cesar, kind of. You know what I mean? I mean, not the lawyers, but the judges and stuff.
I mean, I think that, these guys were sitting down at the mayor's office. They were, mixing with the,
Facts.
everybody.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot going on, and nobody's stupid. It's all going to come out. That's what I'm going to say for now. But yeah, definitely something is amiss.
Still making sense.
And these lawsuits aren't progressing the way they should be, and it's obvious. So you know, it'll come out.
I can't lie, y'all. I don't know what it is, but I'm sleepy as hell. I'm sleepy
Yeah,
today.
me too.
So
For some reason.
I appreciate you guys both joining in, man. I'm gonna wrap up. I'm sitting here. I am gassed. I know what it is. I haven't eaten anything yet. That's what it is. I'm hungry as hell too. All right. So thank you everybody
All right.
that joined in tonight.
All right, Tony.
I gotta ask you, Nigel. I think I asked you already, but question of the night: would you involve your child in fraudulent business?
Well, I wouldn't be involved in fraudulent business. So therefore, it would never cross my mind to include my children in fraudulent business. No.
Chat. I want to know everybody in the chat. Would you involve your child in fraudulent business? Would you allow your child to be mixed in something like this Ponzi where all this money is now unaccounted for?
Tone is ridiculous. And before you go, I just want to bring up this point yet again. As black and brown people, we were tossed the ball on this and looking so ridiculous in front of other cultures because, we couldn't even get this right. So it's frustrating on many levels. There's too many legal ways out here to make money, and they want to associate black and brown people with everything that's illegal. And it just makes us look bad all the way around. I need to get that. But I know it's getting late, Tony. I really appreciate your efforts and all of this, your continuing efforts. So thank you for including me in this tonight. Also, Derek, a pleasure seeing you again. We'll talk soon.
Facts.
Thank you, everybody. Hey,
Pleasure seeing you guys.
appreciate you, brother. Nigel and Derek, appreciate you guys coming to the live. Everybody tonight, if you haven't already done so, make sure you tune into the Get Your Ass Up podcast on Apple Podcasts. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be breaking down Cesar Pina's DoorDash account. We have the bank records. We're going to talk about Cesar, Mr. Pizza, and what he was doing with the victim's money. So I can't wait for tomorrow. Appreciate everybody who's joined into the call tonight. Also, damn, the Cowboys took the lead. Shit. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I see the work, Cowboys. I guess we're going to have to see you win another night. Damn. That just blew it even worse. Wow. Make sure you guys join into my private Discord. I'm going to drop that Discord link in here for you guys. Hey, my Discord channel is going up. I just want to let you know what's going on inside my Discord. I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to be giving away cash prizes, gifts, Xboxes, PlayStations, all kind of stuff. We're going to be doing Madden tournaments, Call of Duty tournaments, NBA 2K tournaments. If we're going to have a fitness tournament. Like, I'm putting everything inside of Discord. This is a free group. You can get, I think we're just under 1,000 members already. We just created the channel a couple days ago. And yes, this is live, Steve, but I'm about to tune out right now. Salute to everybody that watched tonight. Make sure you go and join into the Discord channel right now. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's live. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And I will see you on my next live broadcast, which will be tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Maybe. I'll post it in my Discord. Please make sure you join inside. That's where we'll be keeping all the updates. And we will be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like button before you go. Hit that like button before you go.